Yeah, just Sveno and Mick here. So we're at Friday. Friday the what date? I'll have a look at my other phone. I'll look at my phone. We're at the 25th of June, and got a wet day on here today. Had a few plans, but it's not coming off today. But that's the way it goes. So it looks like it's we've got a wet weekend coming on, and not much you can do about it. That's just the way it is, and you can't control the weather, that's for sure. But just looking out here, you probably won't pick it up in with the iPad, so I'm just doing this resting on my knee out of my BA, my Falcon Ute. Just looking over the glass house. Maybe I might just zero them in a bit, whilst I can do that with this a bit better with the iPad. It's got me shaking a bit much, so I'll zero back out. Yeah, so I've got my Ford idling away. Just a beautiful, beautiful engine. But I'll go on about them a bit too, but probably people out of Australia wouldn't realise that that particular engine come to Australia in 1960 in the American Falcon, and then we'd been casting them up in Australia. You know, I think about a 2.6 litre, 160 cubic inch or thereabouts, whatever 160 cubic inch is. Then it went to 170. They call them a Super Pursuit. This is in mid-60s in the XP Falcon, and it's progressed on that particular engine right up until cease of manufacture. And they developed that engine for years. Push rod engine, then a cross-flow push rod engine in 4.1 litre cubic inch, alloy head, cross-flow engine, an alloy head in 1981. Cross-flow engine. Then in 1988 in the EA they went to a single overhead cam engine. They fuel injected it in the 83 when they dropped the V8, which was a bad move. Ended up bringing the V8s back. And then what they do, 83 fuel injected it, 88 fuel injected throttle body end, multi-point injection, single overhead cam, and that went through to the AEU. That engine went through single overhead cam, so that's the late 90s, so 97, and just developed it to set of flaps in the inlet manifold, so you could have a short and long inlet manifold, which they still have on this. Just a throttle, like just a set of plates, so when it's on low RPM, it's gives you, they shut up and it gives you like a low manifold, and then when you get to certain revs they open up and gives you like having a high-rise manifold. But they've done that, and then in 2002 they went to the twin overhead cam in the BA. That's what this is. This is the last of the BAs. This is a 2006 model. So they run from 2002 to 2006. So long model runs here in Australia. And then they went. They were variable twin overhead cam and variable cam timing, 4 valve per cylinder, 4 litre, cast iron block, all beautifully made, strengthened, ribs all along it. Just a work of art, really. As far as an engine goes, and all done here in Australia in-house, and yeah, so it's going on to be a truck going past. It's going on to be quite a unique engine, because just Australia stuck to the inline 6 in Ford did all the way through from like 1960. And this is in Australia right through till 2000 and think it was 2016. It was definitely after 2014. I think it was 2016, and then they ceased to manufacture, which was a real shame because they've got a world class engine there, and the high performance mobs here in Australia, New Zealand, and in America they shoot a few over there in the turbocharged version, punch out a lot of power. But anyhow, and they're just a good engine. You don't have to rev them. They've got a lot of torque, even like the naturally aspirated engine, like in this ute. You don't have to rev it. It makes nearly 400 Newton meters of torque. Actually, it might make over 400 Newton meters of torque, and it makes about just under 250 horsepower, and it just does it lazy. Like you just do not have to rev them. These engines in taxi form's nothing for them to do 1,000,000 kilometres. Obviously, if they're maintained, well, they're not in taxis anymore because all the taxis and the Falcons are all done. But my nephew had a single overhead cam one, had 850,000 on it when he got it. It still run fine. But anyhow, young fella, he ended up just destroying it. But then he was pretty well hooked on Falcons, and he had them for a fair few years. He just upgraded, but those young fellas had flogged the bejesus out of him. But I'm going to leave it at that. Just looking out over here, like I say, over the glass house. Just want to have a bit of a waffle about Ford 6s are sported because I do like them. I think they're well done. I think one of us, well, not one of, definitely Australia's favourite engine over the years that it run, over the 50 odd years of manufacture. But pretty sad to see it all shut up, but that's the way it goes. We're paying the penalty now with the COVID, so everything's imported and they're having trouble getting cars. So if they're still making cars here, they could be selling and making them like hotcakes. But anyhow, that's the way the cookie crumbles, as I say. But look at this grass here. This grass, a little bit of weeds. This farm here has been in the same ownership for many years. But I'm going to leave it at that. That's 7 minutes and 13 seconds, so I'm going to pop it out at that. And Sveno and Mick on a bit of a miserable day. Sveno and Mick out.